I'm Jessica, the cheerleading captain of our high school squad, and my life couldn't be more perfect. I had everything I could wish for: good grades, loyal friends, and a caring boyfriend named Ethan. We were the quintessential high school power couple, and nothing could bring us down. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the football field, the cheerleading squad gathered for practice. The crisp autumn air carried the promise of victory, and our cheers resonated with unwavering enthusiasm. It was during this practice that Emily, a transfer student with an air of mystery, caught my eye. Her moves were flawless, and her charisma was undeniable. She had an ethereal beauty that seemed to mesmerize everyone around her. As I watched her, a mixture of admiration and envy churned inside me. I was the captain, the star, and yet Emily's allure seemed to overshadow mine. I tried to dismiss these feelings as insecurity, but as the days passed, I noticed Ethan glancing at Emily more frequently during our practices. My heart clenched with jealousy, and a creeping fear began to take hold. I confided my worries to my best friend Lily, but she brushed them off as baseless concerns. One night, after practice, I confronted Ethan about his seemingly increased interest in Emily. He assured me that I was the one he loved, and that Emily was just another teammate. I wanted to believe him, but doubt still gnawed at my heart. Days turned into weeks, and my jealousy only intensified. Emily's popularity soared, and whispers of her enchanting beauty spread like wildfire through the school. Our once tight-knit squad seemed to splinter into factions, with some girls gravitating towards Emily, while others remained loyal to me. One evening, as I prepared for another cheerleading practice, a sense of foreboding washed over me. Ethan was supposed to pick me up, but he was unusually late. My texts and calls went unanswered, leaving me feeling anxious and abandoned. Finally, he arrived, looking flustered and avoiding eye contact. His explanation seemed vague, and a gnawing suspicion told me he wasn't being entirely honest. But I brushed it aside, convincing myself that I was just overthinking things. As practice commenced, I noticed Ethan watching Emily again, his eyes fixated on her graceful movements. I couldn't take it anymore. Anger boiled within me, and without thinking, I stormed off the field, leaving my squad bewildered. I needed to clear my head, to confront Ethan about this apparent betrayal. As I approached him, my heart pounded in my chest. But before I could say a word, a strange sensation washed over me, a feeling of being watched. I looked around, and in the shadows I saw her, Emily, standing at a distance, her eyes locked on me. Her gaze was chilling, and I felt a shiver run down my spine. But when I blinked, she was gone, as if she had never been there. Shaken, I confronted Ethan about Emily, and this time he couldn't deny his attraction to her. He confessed that he felt drawn to her, but he insisted that it was only a passing infatuation. I didn't know how to process his admission, and my heart broke into a million pieces. That night, I lay awake in bed, my mind racing with doubts and fears. The thought of losing Ethan to Emily haunted me, and I couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched, of being under Emily's spell. In the following days, strange things began to happen. Objects would go missing only to reappear in unusual places. I heard faint whispers in the wind, and shadows seemed to dance in my peripheral vision. My friends assured me that it was just my imagination, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something malevolent was at play. One night, as I lay in bed, I heard soft footsteps outside my window. Cautiously, I peeked through the curtains, and my blood ran cold. There she was, Emily, standing in the moonlit darkness, her eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Fear paralyzed me, but I couldn't tear my eyes away. Emily beckoned me with a crooked finger, and before I knew it, I was outside, following her into the night. It was as if I had no control over my own body, as if she held some mysterious power over me. We walked deeper into the woods, and the darkness closed in around us. The trees loomed overhead like ancient sentinels, and a sense of dread washed over me. I wanted to run, to escape this nightmare, but I couldn't find the strength to resist. Finally, we reached a clearing, and in the center stood a decaying oak tree. Emily whispered words I couldn't understand, and the ground beneath my feet seemed to tremble. A sinister wind rose, swirling around us, and I felt a presence, something dark and malevolent. "What do you want from me?" I finally managed to choke out, my voice trembling. Emily turned to me, her face contorted with an eerie smile. "I want what you have," she hissed. "Your beauty, your popularity, your love." I was bewildered and terrified. How could she want what I had when she already possessed such an otherworldly allure? But I realized then that her beauty was a facade, a mask she wore to deceive and manipulate. "I won't give you anything," I shouted, trying to find the courage to defy her. Emily's laughter echoed through the night, chilling me to the bone. "You have no choice. Your time is up, Jessica." Suddenly, the ground beneath my feet gave way, and I fell into darkness. As I plummeted, I heard Ethan's voice calling my name, desperate and anguished, but the darkness swallowed me whole and I lost consciousness. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed, surrounded by worried faces. My friends and family explained that I had been found unconscious in the woods, and that they had been searching for me for hours. But as I tried to tell them about Emily and what had happened, they dismissed it as a hallucination, a result of exhaustion and stress. Months passed, and I tried to put the incident behind me. Ethan stood by my side, claiming that he had only eyes for me, and I chose to believe him. But a part of me knew that the darkness had not truly left me, that Emily's malevolence still lingered, waiting for an opportunity to strike again. From that day on, I avoided the woods, and I kept my distance from Emily. But in the silence of the night, I could still hear her whispers, and I knew that the haunting routine was far from over. Emily's darkness had become a part of me, an eternal reminder that some entities were beyond our understanding, and some secrets were better left buried in the shadows.